Hey, Zach.
Hello. Hey, Zach. What's happening?
Oh, so many things happening, and yeah, just feeling good here. Bit cold, but fine.
And I see a new background as well.
Yeah. Did you just notice Alexa was saying it's time to bed? Did you hear that?
Yes. I did hear Alexa telling something. Didn't
Yeah,
hear
I just
exactly. It's bedtime.
mute. Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
Alexa is reminding you. So yeah.
Yeah. So it is 9 p.m. here. So usually we'll get ready to go to bed at 9 p.m. We try to go early as possible, but yeah. So usually we set some automated alarm and the lights and everything, so it will be switch off in a while.
Nice. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So there was something happening recently and in New Zealand, in Australia actually, right? You were traveling there? What was it?
Yeah. So it's the annual AWS Summit, Sydney, and it was amazing. And thanks to Belinda and Derek and Chris, everyone's help, and special thanks to AWS Community Aotearoa New Zealand to give the opportunity to represent New Zealand Aotearoa AWS community. So we did a lightning talk at AWS Sydney Summit with our great AWS community builder, ambassador, I would say a well-known community contributor, however, Geetika did an amazing job with me at the summit. And the fun thing happened. Before we go ahead, I think we'll start with the fun thing. And maybe while we doing the demo, I think we can talk about that, right?
Yes,
Those are
absolutely.
things we cannot forget. Yeah. So, Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, and I heard you were talking about EKS and CodeCatalyst at AWS
Yes.
Summit.
Yes.
And we are continuing today about the same thing.
Yes. So what we thought, because it was a lightning talk and it was like 15 minutes, we tried our best to deliver what we want to deliver, but we delivered successfully. And we managed to share all the main key inputs, important points about the CodeCatalyst, and CodeCatalyst can help you with the deployments to your Kubernetes clusters, especially for EKS, since we did the deployment to the EKS cluster. And not only that, so make it more smoother and more usable, what we did, we wanted to show how easy implement another solution like EKS blueprints. How we can EKS blueprint solve your problem, database problem. Because everyone thinks Kubernetes, okay, deploy the EKS cluster, problem solved. No, Geetika really nicely explained that behind the scene of Kubernetes ecosystem, how many add-ons you need, how many other cluster controllers and custom resources, and so many things going on, right? RBAC, so many keywords in Kubernetes ecosystem. So what we did show that, okay, you're going to use Amazon CodeCatalyst, but same time, how easy to manage your Kubernetes cluster in IAC method using EKS blueprints. We used CDK EKS blueprints, and one more demo, like how to do an end-to-end pipeline, containerize your application and deploy to the EKS using Amazon CodeCatalyst, and how easy to configure the client side of the deployment part. Because if you're familiar with code build and code deploy, you had to set up all those things in your the YAML, right? Like download the AWS IAM authenticator and your CodeCatalyst client and so many things. But this one is made our life easier. So as you all know that it's really easy to set up it, but we thought, okay, we did within 15 minutes, but let's do a bit of a deep dive. Not only a single day session, it will be a 2-day session, right, Zach? So today, I will be showing the application side of the deployment part of the application using the Amazon CodeCatalyst. And the next session, we will be continuing, and we have our super guest, Geethika Guruge, will be joining to elaborate more about the EKS cluster setup using EKS blueprints, and definitely you're gonna love it, because when we both did rehearsals, Zach, we really, and I learned a lot from him. He's amazing and really talented person and full of knowledge. So yeah, and we have to talk a lot. So I think let's get started, right? And we have
Absolutely.
we have some time while it's building, and this time it's not a recorded demo, it will be a live demo.
Yes.
Trust me or not, how easy to use these things. Me and Zach decided today morning, and I was at work, and after work I went to a birthday party. I came home a few minutes ago. I executed the pipeline and set up the cluster and all the relevant add-ons and set up. And here you go, my demo is ready. So that's how much it's easy to set up these things. Yeah, drum roll.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing, right? And before we get started, I don't think we spoke about CodeCatalyst. So, what's the
Yeah.
TLDR version about CodeCatalyst?
So TLDR, it's a unified, cloud-based unified software development platform. You can collaborate, you can code, build, test, generate some report, and you can do your CI/CD workflows. And amazing workflow setup is there. And yeah, so it's a cloud single point of I would say like a unified platform, like a single platform. You can do everything you want. And the best part, you don't need to have a AWS account to log into CodeCatalyst. So separately, you can, if you have a build ID, or I think it supports SSO, if I'm not wrong. I never tried that, to be honest with you, but yes, you can do it. And now CodeCatalyst support its own blueprints as well. So using the blueprints, you can, yeah, but for that, you need to sign up for the enterprise tier. But for the free tier, there's so many options. Like I'm using the free tier, and you will get a lot of things there. I wonder, we never done a CodeCatalyst one-to-one no demo, right? In our Zacs Show?
Yeah, we never did one.
We
That's
never
well,
did
that's
one.
one reason I was like, what's the TLDR version, so that we could do
Yep.
probably into the future.
Yes. I think for that, we have really good friend Johannes from Germany.
Yes.
He's a guru of CodeCatalyst. If you're watching this, Johannes, definitely you will be joining with us. Hopefully, we'll check the time zone, and yeah, definitely he's really dedicated. I have done a podcast with him as well. Yeah, we can invite him, and we can do a really good Amazon CodeCatalyst one-to-one from a guru.
Absolutely. And
Cool.
Johannes is the guru for CodeCatalyst.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So when I met him at Reinvent 2022, and he was really excited because we met in a couple of occasions at the Reinvent, and at Reinvent 2022, Amazon announced the CodeCatalyst, and super excited. We both like, okay, when chatting about that. And the same time, I remember after one of the session, I was walking with Johnny and another guy. I forgot his name. I think he's from Indonesia. He's from Amazon as well, and another couple of friends to going for coffee. And on the way, middle of the lobby, CodeCatalyst team opened a couple of boxes and giving away some T-shirts. It's freshly print because a CodeCatalyst t-shirt. Still, I have that. I rarely wear that because I really love it. I don't want to, keep wash it and fade it away. But yeah, I still have that. So certain things which I love, I don't usually wear it. I just keep it. All the community builder swags also I have, like certain things I used it, but certain things I want to keep it as a someday after a couple few years, it's gonna be a momentum. I would say, yeah.
Mm. Something that we do with collectibles, right? We want to keep
Yeah.
them in mint conditions.
Yep.
Same way.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. And I think rather waiting, let's jump into the CodeCatalyst. Cool.
Yes.
So I didn't want to rename this to a Zacs Show a demo or anything, because we want to be very honest. And as we mentioned, that we wanted to take this step, bit deep dive, take some time and answer some of your questions. And if I don't know the answer, maybe we can come back later and share with you. Let's take it as a playground and play with it. I love these tools. Cool. So CodeCat, as usual, all these main platforms, or like any CI/CD tools, so they have that kind of a hierarchy, right? Project and so the workspace and spaces, we have multiple projects. So in here, I have the space for like the summit demo, and I have like two projects. So if I open one, so this workspace, we are not going to talk about much because I'm going to keep this for our Geetika Guruge for the next session. And if I go edit, I'm just simply going to go through. This is the one we create the cluster, Zach. I know you love CDK. So we used CDK Bootstrap inbuilt action to bootstrap it, and then you use the CDK deploy. Yeah, if you go CDK, you can see the bootstrap and deploy. So same thing behind the scene. It's really simple. You configure here and provide all the relevant information like the CDLI version, the region, and where the cdk.json file is included. So those small things. The rest of the things will be taken care by the Amazon CodeCatalyst. Cool. Sorry, Geetika. I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to go deeper. Sorry. So I'm going to keep this for Geetika because we are going to have an amazing session with him.
No spoilers.
He will definitely. Yeah. No spoilers. Let's go to the app. Cool. So definitely we are going to do a full one-to-one, like end-to-end CodeCatalyst demo, but simply we are not going to talk about these things because today we are going to talk about our workflows and the deployment. So workflow I have here. If I click this. So you see, right, it's directly going to my repo. Sorry, spoiler. And I have my workflow here, the same thing. So it's a YAML based. You can add all your actions and each steps, and you can configure as it is. But I'm going to show you from here my workflow. It's easy to understand in a visual way. Later we can go to the code. Cool. Sorry, not the workflow properties. So I have the visual way, like we can call as the action with like each steps. So we have like 3. The fourth one is like the trigger part of like how I want to trigger the workflow. So here what I'm saying, if I push a change to the main branch of this repo, it will trigger automatically. So it depends on that. You can configure for your pull request, and you can configure for your, for example, if this for your dev branch or feature branch or UAT, you can configure as you want. But we have actions. So actions usually required. Okay, we are getting some comments. Yes. You need action permission. I'll go that to later because I already have that part to describe. Differently, I will show you how easy to set up the action. Cool. So let's go to the build part. So for build, here, I am using the action is the push to ECR action. If I go to ECR, so this is the default action I'm using in my first action. So usually, Zach, what we want from build a container app. So usually we need the Docker file, right? The steps,
Right.
what I want to do, and build it. And it's a simple Hello World app, and just create the container and push to ECR. Cool. So basically, I have to provide my account ID and my environment and the role. So this role should be this role when I create my project I created already. So this role contains the permission to push to ECR. And if you want, you can enable ECR image scanning. And if you want to encrypt, you can set up your KMS key. And if it's a public or private, you can configure. And this is for your image tag. So if you want to keep your tag in a way that due to naming convention, so what I'm doing here is I'm getting workflow source and commit ID. So this is inbuilt variable. So this build variable comes with CodeCatalyst. So you can read a lot of things in CodeCatalyst page. Later we'll be sharing a lot of links about that. So what I'm doing here, I'm creating this one to tag my container. So cool, all good. And region and repository name. So if I go to the ECR, my repository is this. So that's the repository name here. And the registry ID, my account ID number. And you can do a lot of other like tags, tag immutability, and KMS ARN and timeout optional things are there. So what will happen when I push a change to my code in main branch, it will build this one. There. Now we are talking about Kubernetes, right? So to deploy Kubernetes, we have different way of deploying it, right? We can set up your manifest files and run kubectl apply, and we can use customize, and you can set up a Helm chart and do a Helm release. But at the moment, this deploy to EKS doesn't support Helm chart. I think I didn't check today, but as I know, until now, it doesn't check because Amazon continuously release new updates and changes. Hopefully, it's not. I mean, I don't think it's there, but yeah, if it's there, just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm happy to learn as well. But in this demo, basically what will happen, you will be having some of the manifest and it will be applied. Cool. So my manifest, I am just passing some variables. Okay, because I want to keep it like tenable and used for other projects as well. So I don't want to hard code it. It's sort of good practice, right? So keep it in your those things in your variables. And I have like 4 variables, one for repository URI. That is my URI for until here without the tag, to my ECR and my tag. So remember, right, in the build stage, if you go to the build stage again quickly, remember, Zach, we are talking about some commit IDs from the workflow source, right? So basically, that commit ID is passing here too as the image tag. So while it's building, my container ID will be, container image tag will be that commit ID. So it's very consistent, right? So yeah. So if the build fails, it's not going to create an image, right? So there won't be any commit. I mean, there won't be any ID with this. And if this is fail, it won't go to this step. So there's I would say a fail check is there, and yeah, and host domain, because I'm using a domain here, and I want to use it as give us a TLS connection. So I'm using a certificate for that. So my to give the HTTPS connection. Cool. Yeah. So these are my variables. Those are the inputs. Let's go to the configurations. Again, your build compute type, and you can set up is a Lambda. That's your favorite. Your Lambda is here as well. And we can give the environment, account ID, and again, the roles. So here, basically, you see I am running some find command inside a folder, check for the files, and using the set commands to replace the variables what I am inputting here. So we have the same 4 variables. Yeah. So if I go to here, I have my manifest. So I have 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. So what will happen when the Amazon CodeCatalyst action is running for the deploy, it will go from top to bottom, one by one. So I want to do the deployment first, application deployment. So what will happen, it will replace these variables inside the temporary folder, regenerate the manifest with the current latest variables, like the image tag is consistently changing, right? Each build, each commit ID will be a different. It's pretty simple, right? I mean, easy to understand. And I have a service to expose, and I'm using ingress. So I'm using the ALB ingress controller. So which we deployed through the blueprints. So this one, how to set up this, we'll be talking about in our next session, but we are not going to talk it now, but definitely next session, I'll talk more about setting up the ALB ingress controller.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
There was another question around.
Yeah, you can install through Helm as well, the load balancer controller. I'll go back to again. I'll answer that question here. So here I'm using the generic build. I'm using the generic build action. So what will happen? Generic build action support. You can set up. You see npm installed. Like you can install your packages, right? So it's basically a Linux. And what you can do, you can install Helm, and you can configure your kube config and everything. And yes, you can install from there. So it's a hassle, right? So that's what EKS blueprint will be resolving, and you don't have to worry about anything. It's just one single line, and you can do that. So again, if you want to set up the kubectl, you can again set up the generic build and install the kubectl, and you can run a lot of generic commands here. But we are not doing that because today luckily we have the inbuilt action for that. But yes, again, Mohammed, for your request, yes, you can set up Helm and you can do it from there. I never done that, but I'm talking as a generic view. It can be done because it can run generic commands like install other packages. Definitely should be able to do it because it's your own cake. We can bake in our own way, right, Zach? So yeah, it's give a try and let us know also, right? We would love to see how it goes. Yeah.
Hopefully, the subsequent section could be around it. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Cool. The third one, that's the most important one that we're talking about. You're welcome, Mohammed. Deploy to Kubernetes. Nice. Cool. So basically, it runs kubectl apply command, kubectl apply command, and you don't have to install any clients. You don't have to do anything. It's very simple. I'm going to show you how we configure this workflow is. Again, environment, account IDs, and yes. So this is where Mohammed is asking the permissions. Cool. I have a role here. CodeCatalyst workflow development role EKS. Let's go back to the role. So this is the role facing here. And so role comes with two sets, right? Like what trust permission, trust policy, and the permission. Let's start the trust policies. Here, what I'm saying, so when Catalyst building on EC, the Amazon Catalyst build my action on EC2 instance, right? It needs to be assumed by, sorry, where I'm going, assumed by, should be able to assume by that runner. If you're familiar with GitLab, GitHub, we call it a runner. So same like, so Catalyst can assume it, and the Catalyst service can assume it. So it should be able to assume by these services. So that's number one. Otherwise, it won't appear, because see, right, you cannot see my other roles here. Definitely should be able to assume by these services. So that is number one. And the permission is really simple. Here, as a demo, I'm just giving all resources. If you want to lock into your specific cluster, but you can just specify the cluster they are in and other conditions. You can do it. You just need to describe cluster and list clusters. That's it. So it can able to authenticate with the Kubernetes cluster. So the region and the cluster name. So it also appearing here because I have set up the cluster already. It's called the demo cluster here, and my cluster is already there. That's it. So do you think, Zach, is it really hard to configure this?
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
I haven't used CodeCatalyst for EKS, but the way how you demoed it, it is very, very simple. And wow, I could try it out sometime.
Yeah, it's really easy. And I told you right before I start this session, morning, my time is morning, I think, around like 8 a.m. I think I just arrived at work, and for Zach is early morning or yesterday. And we just
I guess.
yes, we just planned, and I called Geetik, and okay, fine. Then I said, Zach, okay, sorry, Zach, I have a birthday party today. After work, I'm going there with my wife. After that, yeah, I can do it. So I came home a while ago. I execute all the pipelines, set up the cluster, and everything is ready. So it's that much easy.
Wow.
Yeah, how to do monitoring and observability. Yes. We'll keep this observability question to end of this one. Definitely, I'll answer your question. If you can elaborate, but what you want to do, like any DORA metrics, like how many deployments you're doing or something like that, any specific question, or you're generically you want to know what is observability, like how to monitor and observability with CodeCatalyst workflow. Cool. Nice. Then that's it. So you have to set up your EKS role, and you can use your IAC to do that. And yeah, and it's super easy. Or else you can set up another workflow to set up your IAC, and you can have a very enhanced workflow for keep everything in one place. It's that much easy. Nice. So that's about that. And I think let's build this. Go here.
Time to build and
nice. So we have Mr. Dogo here, and Dogo is running in V1. Okay, it's timeout, no worries. Preparing terminal. I love this cloud shell. Cool. So currently, I have like 5 replicas running. My deployment, and I'm going to keep watch days. So what I'm going to do, go back to my code. I'm simply going to change my application to V2. Done. Cool. So it's still watching. So if you have some new deployments, it's going to create the new containers. So let's go to our workflow and see it's already triggered. Build app. And I'll go to my Docker file again to show something. So I enable the verbose mode because the npm install to show that, you can view all the logs from here. I love the UI. It's very easy, to navigate. Like you one click and you get the full screen and you go back.
The logs are yet to be generated, I believe. Can you go to the overview of this project?
Oh, yeah. You mean, sorry, the project overview, right?
Yep.
Yep. So if it's a production environment, you have to create a work. I mean, you can set up pull request and you can set up your own guardrails to not directly push into the main, but this is a demo. So yeah. And time is really important.
The workflow is still running.
Yeah. So before I will tell you a nice story about this, like what happened in the summit. So when we do the summit, right, we do a rehearsal. So we did rehearsals, and the first rehearsal we received the feedback, me and Geetika, that okay, it's we have to keep it for like 15 minutes because the lightning talk, so it's very strict, right? That's all good. So always recommended to record your demo because sometimes demos can go wrong if the demo god is not with you at the moment. So what we did, we recorded the demo and we did amazing job. So waiting time, we cut the waiting time. Like, you don't have to wait to all this build, and it's not good when you're doing a live session. Yeah. So you can see the logs. And you don't have to wait for that. So in that case, what happened, we recorded it and we took we have a question: how to managing secret with Catalyst to let EKS manifest file to use it. Yes, so like environment variables, you can configure the secrets here, and you can create the secrets, and you can you can use the secrets inside your encrypted variables, like I use the variables in the workflow. We can use it. So sorry, I should have explained that, but yeah, but thanks for raising that. Yes, you can use the secret as well. You have the change tracking. So it's a very basic demo. We don't have that. What we can do for our next second episode, I'll try to add a secret and some other environments and some other things like can get it, and some reports as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thanks so much for raising that. So we can do that.
Okay, it's yet to be deployed, right?
Yes.
It's completed manifest and.
So it won't. Yeah, the deployment won't take much long. Yes. Container creating, terminating the old one. So there's a new replica. No, the old one. 6.4 is old replica, and yes, this new one. And it's running. It should be running now. Yes, the new stuff are running. So before we go here, we'll go here and refresh. Yes, it's changed to V2 now.
V2.
Yes, deployed. Because when you set up, it. So make it faster. There are so many things involved in application deployment lifecycle, right? It's not only the deployment part. So here, I'm not blaming the CodeCatalyst to take more time because I wanted to get some logs. So what I did some npm install with verbose level, and I could have used a very basic I could have done some staged built containers, like get a very basic container and build it like a very basic one, what I only need. But here what I did, I just took the node LTS version and took some logs to verbose as well. So I think Zach, it's a part of shared responsibility. Sometimes developer can say like, okay, this is why it's taking so long. So they have to take care of their application side as well. Cool. And let's go back here to check some logs. Nice. So what happened? It's built successfully. It pushed to my ECR here, and this should be my latest step. Nice. I will copy this one. If I go to update manifest, it's fine. So image tag. It's execute this command. So end of my commands, what I do, I just want to cap the entire folder. So basically entire manifest will be cat here. So if yes, so that's my tag. Yes, so it's replaced here, and I just cat it because I just wanted to show you all these changes. And yeah, and my ARN for my ICM, everything is there. And if I close it, if I go to deploy logs, so it's basically apply all my manifest, and you see it's checking the rollout. So we successfully roll out, and ta-da! We have all the newly running pods are here, and we have our Mr. Doggo V2.
Awesome. Well, that was amazing. And given that so many logs that we were able to get, of course, this was for a demo, but in a production grade system, right? Logs are very important. And
for monitoring the logs.
Exactly.
Yeah. As a developer advocate, you know that how important are logs to troubleshoot. Certain things can go wrong, and some security. And this is just a simple pipeline, right? Like for the demo, build, update manifest, and deploy. You can integrate your security scanning, like SaaS scanning, and give your DevSecOps ecosystem to scan your code, and you can put another action to scan your code. And in fact, in case if fails to do that, you can fail your deployment, something like that. And You can enable some reports. So the observability question, yes, Mohammed, you can enable those things as well. But yes, definitely you can generate reports like your code qualities and stuff. But observability, I believe what you're asking is how many deployments you've done and like how many releases, for example, per month, and like mainly for the DORA metrics, right? So I think we can do another session like showing all this data. Currently, we don't have anything to show that. To be honest, I haven't done anything using Amazon CodeCatalyst yet. So it will be a good learning for us and others also there. I really appreciate, Mohammed, you asking these questions and which make us improve ourselves as well.
Yep. I hope Mohammed was able to understand a lot of things, and yes, it's a lot of learning for us as well. And yeah, I've never used CodeCatalyst for EKS, so it's a lot of learning for me.
Again, it's very simple. Go to the workflow. I'm going to show you again how many places I have. Can feel like simple, right? Just I have to mention where the manifests. So, for example, sorry, I think I mentioned this already. So this is my folder where my manifests are included, and the cluster and everything. So next session we'll be showing that how we set up the EKS cluster, and I think we are not going to deploy the cluster because maybe we can deploy the cluster because it sometimes take 20 to 30 minutes. Definitely. Even similar step with ECS. Yes, actually, what we can do, we'll definitely will invite our friend Johannes, and we'll do a deep dive about, and definitely we'll share his YouTube channel here, right? Because this is a community thing, so we would love to share his work as well here.
Yep, I'm just getting this.
And we can do a couple of sessions using Amazon CodeCatalyst. So you can add, oh nice, you can run your test here, and then based on that you can generate your reports. So render ECS task. So let's see what are the available ECS. Nice. So we have an inbuilt action for deploy to the ECS as well. So we can set up another workflow for this. It's really simple. And not only that, that it comes with some GitHub actions as well. So that means you can use GitHub action from here as well. Yeah.
Wow.
So which means is like no, I mean, there's no any end, like, there's no any blockers. You can do a lot of things. Like you can build and push your Docker images like Docker Hub, like Docker repository as well. SSH remote command. So for example, if you have any instance running, like, maybe if you want to do run some commands using SSH, nice, you can use this. FTP deploy. If you're still using some old legacy servers and your code is deploying through FTP, here you go.
Amazing. There's so many actions supported, and I wasn't even aware about it.
Yeah, Fargate. So you want to deploy, I think the Mohammed question is like, you want to deploy a EKS and ECS cluster with Fargate? I think that's a question. Like, yeah, we can do that. Oh, serverless.
Wow, that's the serverless framework, I believe, right?
So you have the inbuilt SCS scan dependency vulnerability check.
Sweet.
So this is the cool thing. Like every day,
your complete pipeline, and you could integrate a lot of best practices using all of these actions.
App runner, SNS, CloudFront cache, invalidate. So this is really important because I use my own portfolio in CloudFront. So what I do when I do its change, I have to invalidate my caching, right? So what I do currently, I have set up using GitHub Actions at the moment. I used to have code built before, but then I moved to GitHub Actions. Then what I do, I usually run a AWS CLI command to invalidate my caching. So see, you can. I think I'm going to move my portfolio CI/CD to CodeCatalyst. Yes, I'm going to do that in the weekend. Terraform Community Edition.
A lot of actions available.
Oh, deploy the AWS SAM. Your favorite, Zach?
Yes.
So this is the action we did use in here, the first one. And yeah. So again, you can send to Mendes CA for scanning. I hope, I'm not sure whether it's still, it supports Sonar.
Is that a question? Action?
Is a question or a statement? I'm not sure. Maybe if it's a question, I never tried with pull me. If it's a statement, that would be good. Yeah, Sonar Cloud Scan
is there an action supported by Pulumi here?
No, I don't
Can you do
think.
A search?
No, I don't think so. No.
Nope.
But I think you can. What you can do, you can just use the default build and try that out.
You can add the commands there and run it out.
Yes. There's a way always, so you can run specific shell commands and you can do that. But I haven't had a chance to try the EKS, CodeCatalyst blueprints. Now you can get your own blueprints as well. So definitely, there are multiple ways to do it. For example, if you're running different action and different or deploy your things and pull me in GitHub Action, just do it from here.
Wow. While you were showing all the different actions it supported, I saw that there is Amplify hosting as well.
Yeah.
My portfolio is in Amplify, so let me try it out.
Right. Oh, nice. Sorry, not Apple.
Yep.
So actually, when they launched, I would say this, like when they launched this in 2022, my first test, what I did, I deployed a test application using Amplify. So that's the first thing I did when they launched this one. So I started with the very basic one, yeah. Because if you go to the overview, maybe not the space. So when you create a project, so it will ask you start with a blueprint, bring your own code, or just start with scratch.
What are the different, or at least popular blueprints?
So there are multiple blueprints. So what I did, single page application. When I click this, I can select option. Okay, yes, this is the one I select, the Amplify. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's no, so if I change the billing tier, it will change. I mean, I can use the enterprise tier feature as well. So There are 25 blueprints. Free to use this one. So the PDK recently announced, I think, if I'm not wrong, I saw somewhere like
Yeah, it was a few months back.
project development kit. Yes.
Haven't
Okay.
tried it yet.
So yeah, this blueprints for single page application SPA using the Amplify, and this one a static website, and again using wait. Okay, this one comes with
that supports different
React and
frameworks.
yeah. The static web page, I remember I used it support some other framework as well. Yeah, Hugo is
Okay.
Ruby based. I think Hugo is a Ruby based framework. Ruby or it's Ruby.
Sure.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Go. There's
Oh,
go.
Okay. There's another one is Jekyll. Yeah, Jekyll is Ruby based. Sorry. Yeah, I was confused. So I used Jekyll to deploy that. Yeah. Nice. Ta-da. We on time.
So,
And yeah, cool.
wow, we were able to build. I mean, there was an application already that is there, but we were able to do it everything very quickly, and that's amazing, right? And having certain things as part of your workflow, implementing a lot of security best practices, or the best practices for development and building, is amazing with CodeCatalyst.
I mean, yeah, we can keep add a couple of things and like some scannings and just keep the same code base. We can continue working on it. Yeah, it's cool. And thank you everyone watching this. And we are planning to give away some cool swags. It's on us, and we just wanted to show some thanks. I mean, to be honest with everyone, like we are just doing for a hobby and just to share the knowledge. And sometimes can things go wrong, and maybe correct us. And happy to learn from you. Give us some feedbacks. Don't just say it's very good or anything. Just give the constructive feedback as well. I really love. I mean, we really love constructive feedbacks, and we can learn and we can improve ourselves. Maybe one day me and Zach can be on a keynote stage. Who knows, right? We may never know. Yeah.
And
So
it would be that one feedback that has helped us really, right? So yeah, we are open for feedback. Let us know what's good, what's bad, what has to be improved. And yeah, we're open for it.
And yes, before ending, I would like to thank Mark and Meredith for the amazing AWS New Voices. I think Zach, you did last year, and this year I was able to join as a coach, and it helped me a lot to prepare for my AWS Summit talk as well. And if anyone wants to share my experience or Zach's experience, and he'll be doing some amazing talk as well soon. So we'd love to share that and love to learn from you. And that was a really, really amazing program, AWS New Voice. It's a community program, and learned a lot and met amazing human being around the world, and really, really nice.
And even as coaches, we learned a lot, right? Because it was not just us helping others, but it was also a learning point for both of us.
Yeah. Cool. Saying that, it's almost 10 p.m. here, and I've started to watch a nice TV series on Amazon Prime. I'm not marketing Amazon here, but to be honest with you, we just started amazing a Tamil.
What's the series name?
It's a Tamil Indian TV series as a horror one. It's nice. To be honest, I forgot the name of that. We just started yesterday. I will share with you, Zach. It's really nice. And yeah, I want to go and quickly get a wash and go and watch that with my wife. Cool. We'll see you soon again after hopefully 2 weeks with Geetika, our special guest. Let's talk about more CodeCatalyst and more EKS blueprints.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's going to be a continuation. So, and Geetika is going to be there, our very first speaker. I mean, a special guest. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. And yeah, until then, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you,
Have a
Mohammed,
nice
for
weekend.
amazing questions.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. Yeah.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.